Hello again. I want to do a couple of show you how to do, or what I'm doing to get over some problems, and one of them is mounting the front suspension properly. It has very weak anchor points, and the other is to centre drilling bits of solid tube. I'm going to make a new exhaust to go up and over the suspension at the back using the Cadillac parts, and I've got a jig that will put a hole in the centre of stuff, and it's quite a handy tip, I suppose. Hope you'll enjoy this. I should have turned that off, didn't I? Bopping around the room. So I've done it again. To centre drill this piece of solid, do it the other way around. I sort of worked out how to do this the other day. Right. You see, I made the exhaust the other day, but yeah, if I do that, right, I've centre drilled that, right, and it's the pipe out of the Cadillac. It's 2mm, just over 2mm diameter. But I can do that time and time again, like on the other one. God, this is big. Do you want me to back out a bit? Like that. So I make a jig, and I've done a drawing of that, so I will back out a bit. If I can suss that out. Come out. Wrong way. Sorry. There. To sort of explain that a bit bigger. Right. And if I show you what I've actually made, which is just aside to us here, this big piece of sprue. The hole you can see there is as it is in this drawing. It's drilled all the way through with a small pinhole on one side, and I drill all the way through with that size and flip it over and drill with two other diameters. There go my lungs. Two other diameters stepping down inside that hole. Then when I get a piece of tubing, solid piece of pipe, I can bung it in the centre of the bigger hole, locate it in there, ta-da! And then placing my, I'll try doing this through the camera, my small bit all the way through there. I'm in the centre of that there piece of solid. And you can fit a square bar in a round hole if you want to, if you've got a bit of square. I don't know, is it any of that? You know, I could put a square plug in there, and if it nestles down in the hole properly, or it just has. Let's see what happens. Not a very good cut. I'll square that off. But you know, if I squared that off, I could put that down the hole too. And this is a piece of sprue. It's air-fixed sprue. I make a lot of stuff out of it. It's got a sort of, I don't know, what's going on here? Yeah, no, it's air-fixed sprue. And it's sort of slightly hexed, so I sort of stretch it into different sizes, and it will give me a sort of nut effect, or a union on a brass fitting, which I'm hoping this 90-degree elbow will give me. I've stretched the sprue, and while it's still warm, bent it to 90 degrees. And the other thing's a bit more involved. It's the anchorage of the front mount, and yet again I've done that in a drawing because my filming capabilities aren't going to be good enough. These are the ones I had on there, and I'll make new ones actually now, because they only take minutes. If I bring that in like that a bit, it doesn't really take a lot to make them, because luckily I've got a pair of pliers that are, where's my hand, down, down, down. My pliers are more or less the same width anyway, so I just grab a piece of I'm there, aren't I? Hang on. Piece of aluminum wire, and I generally give it, guesstimate about, what's that, about 6, 7, 8 mil, quarter of an inch, and then fold that up, pull it up the other side, get them parallel. It's going to be the naffest one I make, isn't it? Get this squared off on my in picture at all, right. And nip it off. Now I guesstimated that the depth of the leaf spring, and then going up through the body, because that will hook in between the axle and the leaf spring, and turn it up like that, and feed it up through the 4 holes that I've drilled down in there. Now obviously, because I painted it, I needed to clear the holes out, and I use a little, this is a hypodermic needle with the end sawn off so as it's blunt, and I use it for adding weld detail. It will create a C shape. If you dot it along in putty, you'll get a little C shape, but I use it to clear my holes, because I don't actually want to drill out the hole, because the paint will clog up further. I want the paint to actually sort of stick around the lip of the hole, and by just pushing it through rather than drilling it away, it will sort of follow it down a bit, I hope, right? So then, where's my bit of wire? If you then flip your model over to where the locating points are, you'll be able to insert the axle again, and then, let's use a second hand one for the moment, get in your tweezers, feed that in underneath shit. Oh, of course this isn't going to go very well because you're filming it. Balderdash, bear with me. Alright, might be easier to do it that way around. Well, not with the second one as well. Anyway, pop them through your pre-drilled holes. I can't believe this. I can't see a bloody thing at the moment. Bah! Put it through your pre-drilled holes, and when you've got it through, because it's aluminum, this is the bit I edited out the film the other day, and because it's aluminum, it's quite easy to bend, and when you've got it up through, you just bend it over again to anchor the, that one's gone on the bloody floor now, to anchor it over there, and it just lines up where the old shackles were. And when the video started the other day, I'd just gone like this and showed it so that there was clearance underneath the radiator. That area there will clear across the top of the shackle, and it won't infringe. I'm going to sit and do this properly. Well, I'm not, because I don't need to do it quite yet. I just wanted to try and do it on camera. That wasn't a great success, was it? Athelney. Gosh, that bloke. There's a really old video that showed me a bit about hinges, and he calmly and quietly sits there, shows you how to bend everything in it, every place. I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree. Come on, get in there, you bugger. Thank you, thank you. Let me look alright, bloody idiot. I'll get it in there, we're halfway there. I suppose really because it was using my old second-hand pins. No, just a matter of lining the buggers up. Anyway, that's the idea of it. Come on, get in, do me a favour. Oh, I only took it off to paint the blooming thing. Please, thank you. Oh, blimey. Anyone would think it was hard. Right, so now my pin bits are sticking up through there with loads spare. The other day I had it with the thingamies there, but fold that over with your pliers or your finger. I think I'll probably leave the step, use the leverage of the bigger one to fold that over and then trim it off with my side cutters, you know, when it's folded over. You could probably reinforce it by gluing it. I'm only doing this temporarily. I haven't made the other shackle, and I think it would be better to have them both in place, and when I'm actually going to do it. So, but that's the idea. It's a U-shaped shackle, staple, whatever you want to call it. But this joint without them is just very, very flexible, and even with the radius arms attached, it's not a very good anchor point there for what you're actually anchoring there. And I do suggest reinforcing that area there, really. With the other one, I changed it completely. They're only half mounted. But I hope there's something in there that helps everybody. I hope you're all well. See you later. Best wishes from jolly old England, and hope you have a nice Christmas. Bye.